Hi Capricorn, this is Tisch Aitken, and this is your monthly horoscope for the month of August. We have had an unforgettable amount of Capricorn in the sky, and the ruler of your sign, Saturn, met up with Pluto on January 12th, and they meet up approximately every 34 to 36 years, and they met up in your house of self with transiting Jupiter, expanding that tail. And we're all working to reconcile the story of 2020 of collapsing of old paradigms and restructuring. And you have been the forerunner of this tale. Now, we had eclipses this summer, and the eclipses in your sign axis have finally concluded. There was a final eclipse in Capricorn that took place on July 5th at 13 degrees of your sign, bringing endings and fruition. And that also defaulted back to when Saturn was transiting in your sign between the January of last year and September of 2019, when Saturn was going back and forth to 13 degrees of Capricorn. So getting closure on some of those stories and anchoring your goals. And now as we go forward, we have Mars in the cardinal fire sign of Aries, and it entered Aries on June 27th. It's transiting at the bottom of your chart in the house of home and family and real estate and endings, and it will be there until January 6th of next year. So with this energy, there's a lot of focus and activity around domestic affairs. And Mars is in its rulership. It loves being in Aries. And this has been such a cardinal year because you are a cardinal earth sign, and all of the outer planets are, basically almost all the outer planets are in Capricorn right now: Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto. And the eclipses were in the Capricorn Cancer axis up until this summer. So there's a lot of cardinal energy, and now Mars will be in Aries for the remainder of the year, but it's going to clash with planets in your sign as we get more into August. So we want to use this month to get as much accomplished, because Mars will be retrograde from September 9th until November 13th. And when Mars retrogrades, the progress is blocked, and it's also going to clash with all the planets in your sign again, and you're a sign of limitations and restrictions, among other things. It's about building character within the limits, and Mars wants to charge full steam ahead. So Mercury in the opposite sign of Cancer, where it's been for you in your house of relationships since the end of May, and it was retrograde from June 18th until July 12th in your house of partnerships, and that's where the final eclipse in Cancer occurred as well. There was a total solar eclipse in Cancer on the solstice weekend in your house of relationships. So a lot of change and restructuring around partnerships. And again, there could be a lot of focus around family because Mars is transiting in that house for you. On the 1st of August, Mercury in Cancer opposes Pluto in your sign, and that's in the house of self, opposite the house of relationships. That could be definitely combat with communication with others. Not a good day to target for partnering with other people. On the 3rd of August, we have a full moon that takes place at 11 degrees and 46 minutes of Aquarius, and that falls in your house of income and how you earn money and how you create things and what you value, and that could bring fruition to things you've been working on financially and creatively. And on the 4th of August, transiting Mars at the bottom of your chart squares Jupiter in your first house of self. And that's going to expand the Mars energy for all of us, because now we have a good amount of fire in the sky. We have transiting Sun in Leo, and that is giving us some enthusiasm and some optimism. And for you, that falls in your 8th house of intimacy and joint resources and financial partnerships and other people's money. And so the sun could bring new financial opportunities potentially, and maybe bring some light to dealing with blocked wounds, because there is a lot of pain that all of us are feeling at this time. On the 4th, transiting Mercury exits the sign of Cancer, where it's been since the end of May, and also enters your 8th house of joint resources and investments, and will be there until August 19th. So that helps to delve into repairing financial situations and to dealing with wounds and healing. On the 5th of August, we have a lovely pairing of Venus, the planet of love and beauty, with Gemini, with the North Node in Gemini. And that brings faded opportunities around love and creativity and partnerships. It could be about being in the right place at the right time, and that falls in your 6th house of work and daily routine and habits, and that could be very good for bringing up new work opportunities and things of that manner. So that could be helpful. And Venus exits the sign of Gemini on August 7th and enters your house of relationships and partnerships, and will be there until September 6th. So that's helpful for bringing positive energy for dating and partnering with other people on business projects and in general. And on August 13th, transiting Mars clashes with Pluto in the sky, and that's definitely a combative energy where we all want to lay low. And again, Mars is in your house of home and family, squaring Pluto in your sign in the 1st house. So you want to definitely lay low. We all do. And on the 15th, transiting Uranus in the sign of Taurus, stations retrograde at 10 degrees of Taurus. And this falls in your house of romance and creativity and self-expression. And this could bring surprises for all of us, because we feel the energy 5 days before and 5 days after. But Taurus is a fellow earth sign and is compatible with you, but there will be a lot of excitement in the air because Mars squaring Pluto 2 days before that, and Uranus can be very insurgent energy. So we just want to know that the middle of August is going to get more intense for all of us. And then on the 16th of August, we have transiting Sun in Leo, forming a trine to Mars in Aries, and that gives us a lot of enthusiasm. Leo rules the heart, is heart-based energy. And Mercury that day in Leo also trines Mars, so that's good for having the fortitude and enthusiasm to get things done. And the Sun meets up with Mercury in Leo on the following day, and that's in your 8th house of wounds and healing, so that could bring a lot of energy and help to deal with healing work, and also for financial solutions. If you're working on loans or debt, that's all where this is also taking place for you. And on the 25th of August, transiting Mercury will have entered Virgo at that time, which is a fellow earth sign as well. It enters Virgo on August 19th. And Mercury forms what's known as a trine to Uranus. And Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. It's the planet of futuristic thinking and inventiveness. And that's really innovative energy. It's great for brainstorming. It's great for writing things. It's great for communication and networking of all forms. And on that day, transiting Venus in Cancer forms an opposition to Jupiter in your sign. And that's in your, Venus is transiting in your house of relationships. So that could be a lot of excess, but it could be a lot of fun, a lot of creativity, a lot of romance. So I like that date. And on the 27th of August, transiting Venus forms a trine to Neptune in Pisces. And that's also really nice energy around romance and creativity. So that's helpful energy as well. On the 30th of August, you want to lay low because transiting Venus forms an opposition to Pluto in your sign, and Venus is in your house of relationships. That is a day there could be a lot of breakups, and also transiting Mercury in Virgo forms an opposition to Neptune, and that can bring miscommunication, confusion, and in the worst case scenario, deception or lies uncovered. So the 30th is a day to lay low. But we have a lot to work with in August. That new moon on August 18th in Leo falls in your 8th house of wounds and intimacy and money. So hopefully bringing new financial opportunities, because you're the sign more than any other sign that has been dealing around restructuring and challenges, but also working with the karma to reward your hard work in such a challenging time of the world. So I wish you a lot of luck. The new moon on the 18th also has Venus forming a sextile to Uranus, which is a very creative and prosperous energy. So definitely use that new moon to target things. And good luck, Capricorn. And thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.